Right, so it does appear we're live. First time into YouTube. Welcome to my channel. It's Rad from Radko Tarot. And yeah, I don't recall making the live streams into YouTube, or if I had, it was a long time ago. But now, since the other platform I used to make them, it's a bit unpolite, to say the least. We're back into YouTube live streams then. So hold on a second, guys. I have to sort some things around and then we are jumping right into it. Just hold on a second. Let me see if we can hear each other. Okay. Yeah. Right. So, all right. Hello, Danny. All right, guys. So the reason for today's video, it's Venus moving into Aquarius, and actually it's a pretty interesting topic when you do look at it from a perspective of tarot, and this is what we're going to talk about today. Thank you, Maiden. So let me get the tarot cards for it. Just hold on a second, because I want to talk about a little bit in terms of what the transit looks like when you represent it through the major arcana, and then we're going to jump into the predictions for the star signs as well. It's going to be a 4-card spread for each star sign. And of course, for all of you who are new to my live streams, like I said, I haven't done them in YouTube for a long time ago. I am also giving away free readings, and it happens in the breaks. So after every 4 star signs, there is going to be a break announced. And in this break, you get to ask your question here into the comments of this video, and I'm going to pick a question which is interesting to me, or whichever question I'm drawn to, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on the question itself. So yeah, that's a way how you get a free reading with me. And of course, the reading is going to be public. You ask your question, I pick your question, and it's pretty much straight away given a reading here at site. So this is how the transit looks like when you look at it from tarot. We do have the star card, which represents Aquarius, and Venus is represented by the Empress. So in terms of tarot, what formation we do have here, these are active enemies. And what it boils down to, it's actually a bit beautiful, because you know that symptom where when things are going bad, so to speak, you get so used to it that at some point you feel like it's a natural thing, you know, to go through struggle, to go through slog. And that is exactly what we are to escape from that transit when Venus moves into Aquarius. It is like, you know, everything that squeezed us, everything that suffocates us, that stifled us, and did not give us a room to breathe, it suddenly is going to be wiped out. It's no longer going to be there. And we are going to feel kind of like remnants of a fresh breath, like we can kind of like resuscitate, you know, our lives, our relationships, career as well. Now, however, here it's the premise of that we got so used of struggling and kind of like making the things in a very hard way, you know, and how can I say, in a very difficult way, that now, as everything is so simple and everything looks so clear, we may kind of like say to ourselves, you know, wait a minute, I mean, it looks way too good to be true, you know, it looks way too simple to work out that way. Well, it is. That's the thing. It is as good as it seems. It is as simple as it seems as well. And another thing about these cards, which I probably should not say, because, you know, many people may kind of use it for the wrong purposes, but pretty much those cards here points that we could get away with some wrong decisions. But that being said, doesn't mean that we should be irresponsible or with a lack of, how can I say, accountability toward our own doings. Okay, it's always will be better if you do, how can I say, pretty much take accountability to your actions. It's always better that way. So with that being said, let's jump straight away into the star signs, and as per usual, we are starting with Aries goes first. So hold on a minute to shuffle and see what we have. Alright, so in terms of a Aries, first card we do have for Aries, that is going to be the Two of Pentacles, followed by the Four of a Cups. Moving next, we do have the Ten of Pentacles, and the last one we do have, that is going to be the Nine of a Pentacles. So there is a transit, by the way, which I missed to say here. It is up until the 27th of February, so it's quite it's 1 month. Right, so for Aries, when Venus jumps into Aquarius today, here with these cards, Aries are gonna start feeling quite of a big of a freedom, you know, to rearrange their plans and in general to fit more things, more enterprises, and as well more activities within their routine. The problem for Aries here, however, is going to be what kind of activities they can fit in. So they will have the space, they will have the time, you know, they will have the capacity, if I may say it that way, but the problem is going to be what to fill up that capacity with. And at that point, it will be very beneficial for Aries to think of enterprises and activities as well that are going to make them comfortable. So no gambling whatsoever. Gambling with, is it going to work out or not? Aries should bet more upon the things that they are certain that they will be able to pull through. So that being said, Aries has to position themselves into a very comfortable environment. As well, when it comes to interactions with people, Aries always have to aim to maintain their independence, and as well to boost, if that's an expression here, to boost their trust, if I may say it that way. It's kind of like you have to deal with Aries, you got to deal with people that they are trustworthy. Also, Venus into Aquarius, I don't know in terms of astrology, but according to these cards, some people from your past also are going to reappear once again. And yeah, I don't know if that is in regards to intimate reconciliation or just a mending of a friendship, but definitely trust that had been broken back in the days can be regained once more. And the cycle here for Aries actually ends in a pretty good state. I mean, this transit ends with Aries in a really good state, where Aries are going to sit on the verge of striking the deal, you know, striking the contract, getting the job, being in the relationship, for example, or having the enterprise is really, really good cycle for Aries. So what can I advise you here, Aries, throughout these 3.5 weeks? It is, or 4 weeks that is, it is to be adaptive, to be agile, not to be stubborn into your own old ways, because the only way to fit, you know, the new and good enterprises within your cycle, within your regime, or within your routine is by letting go of outdated concepts and adopting a new concept as the situation progresses. So moving next, we do have Taurus. Hello, Pisces Moonbeam. Hello, everybody. For all that I have missed that you have joined the live stream. You love the new way of reading? Well, thank you so much. This is my friend. Thank you so much. Right, so Taurus, a first one we do have for you, that is to be the Three of Wands, followed by the Hermit. Moving next, we do have the Two of Pentacles, and the next one here is going to be the Moon card. So Taurus, how do I put it into words with those cards? I mean, the message is pretty clear. I will be honest here, you may not like what you are going to hear, not because it's a bad thing, but it's because it's going to sound that it is postponing the big stuff afterwards. And yeah, this cycle here, this transit for you, at least according to my cards, is all about finding how or making the stuff work in such a way to fulfill your expectations. And it's not going to be as much as trial and error type of thing than a realizing what or kind of like identifying what is to be substantial for you, substantial for your job, or substantial for your relationship. And when that happens, when you do identify the marks that you cannot sway away from, and you identify, you know, the subjects in your career and into your relationship as well that you can definitely live without, then your situations within your career, your situations within your relationships as well are going to vastly improve. That is because you are going to, how can I say, sever ties, or rather like banish unnecessary stipulations, unnecessary boundaries as well, and completely futile grounds as well for yourself. And instead, you are going to position yourself into solid patterns, strong foundations, and based on these patterns and foundations, you are going to be able to identify what challenge is worth taking. And as soon as you do so, then you are going to start walking a path that is going to lead you to where you are meant to be. So it is like initiating this cycle for you, or this transit for you, Taurus. It is like initiating the purpose of, or one of the purposes of life that you do have here. Now I want to warn you, hello Lori, I want to warn you, Taurus, that at the end of the cycle, you may feel a bit uncertain, have you done the right thing, okay, throughout these 4 weeks. And that will be completely normal. That is because your actions and the consequences of your decisions, they are going to be like an echo. You decide, you act within these 4 weeks, and then seemingly nothing is happening, and you may fall into some kind of a fantasies, for example, that the person you want to be with is not paying attention to you, or that you're going to be fired, or you're never going to find love. You know, these beliefs into the doom and gloom, which is going to be the worst thing you can do here. Instead, you need to do whatever you can to maintain your emotional stability and your emotional humbleness as well, because the circumstances or the consequences of your actions and decisions have not boiled enough anybody to know them. So you are pretty much how we do have a sentence into our country, and it's kind of like a parable, you know, and I can't translate it into English, but do not make your how can I say, do not count your bill without the billman. That's the bottom line. So if you are not being addressed with being fired, then that means you're not going to be fired. All right. If you're not addressed over a breakup, then you are not going to break up, despite of what it looks like. That's the thing with the moon card, that it looks like something that it isn't. And so to speak, it will be best if you do trust on what you know to be true, rather than to fantasize what could be behind the curtains, because nobody has an idea what is behind the curtains. I hope it kind of like makes sense. But throughout this cycle, Taurus is all about making yourself, making your environment, your career, and your relationship as well as comfortable as possible, cutting off the dead weight. So with that being said, moving next to Gemini. Hello, Lori. I'm quite fine. My parables, yeah. They're actually not mine. It's just, you know, the folklore of the Bulgarian folklore. The parable is about an unborn child, and it's pretty much, you know, his future grandma and his mother and his aunt was sitting before the child got born, and there was kind of like running down these scenarios, how the child is going to be in a you know, in his bed, and then something is going to fall down and is going to push another object, and that object is going to fall into the child's head, and is going to kill the child, and they will start crying without the child even being born yet. You know, it's kind of like fantasizing the worst possible case scenario, that it will happen once in 4 billion people. Hello, Los Angeles. Hello, Sherry. I'm quite fine. Thank you for asking. How are you? So that's pretty much the parable, and it's called Unborn Petko. Petko is the name of the boy that they have figured out. So Gemini, first one, we do have the Knights of Cups. By the way, in this deck, Knights are kings into the reader weight. So we do have the Knights of a Cups. Moving next, that is to be the Eight of Wands, followed by the Justice card, and the last one we do have, that is going to be the Four of Swords. So you will have a lot to think about, Gemini, and that's a funny thing, because I just finished a Gemini weekly reading for the next week, February 8th to February 14th. And it kind of like correlates a lot with this reading as well. So what these four cards here are pointing, it is that you are to be addressed with some kind of a proposition, or how can I say, some kind of a, yeah, it's a proposition, some kind of a very, very tempting offer throughout these 4 weeks, an offer that it will seem like it comes out of nowhere, you know, and you may find yourself quite baffled, Gemini, you know, why you are addressed with that. But actually it isn't coming from nowhere. It is because you do deserve it, either through your actions, either through your decisions, or either through your as well presence, if you will. Now, what all boils down, it is that the person that it is addressing you with the offer, what they see in you, it's quite of a responsible individual, somebody who can carry on their weight. That's very, very important. Someone as well who is, how can I say, attentive and as well accountable to their actions and to their decisions. And it's pretty much all this person that addresses you with the offer needs. So obviously, if that's a business offer, is great. It's going to be about a long-term business. If it is a relationship offer, it's going to revolve around a long-term relationship. And like I said, it doesn't come out, or it doesn't come out of the blue, all right? It's just this person had an eye on you for quite of a long time. And at the end of the cycle here, Gemini, it seems that, I don't know how to say it in English here, guys. I do apologize for that. But it seems that you and this person are going to seclude yourself from the world just to talk about two of you and how you both see each other, regardless if it's going to be about business or regardless it's going to be about relationship in the future, and what kind of an exterior influences are there that are causing problems and are disrupting the harmonious flow in between the whatever relationship you do have. And as you do contemplate on these exterior problems, a solution to those problems is to be found. So bottom line here is that through this offer that comes about, which you totally deserve, your life is going to become more peaceful than before, and many concerns and many problems that you do had up until or throughout the cycle itself are simply going to gone, disappear. They will no longer going to be relevant. Right, so that was about Gemini, and now moving next, we do have Cancer. Oops. Hello, Nicole. Right, so Cancer, first one for you is going to be the Page of Cups, followed by, here is called the Queen. Oh no, that's the Queen. I'm sorry, the Page and the Queen are very similar in this. That so we do have the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my God, what is going on with me? So we do have the Queen of Pentacles. Moving next, that is to be the Queen of Swords, followed by the Page of Cups or the Princess of Cups. And last one we do have for you is going to be the Prince of Pentacles. So all of the chords, right? All of the chords here. Wow. Hold on a second. So we definitely are talking about person. I don't like into these generalized readings for a transit to focus on an individual. We're definitely talking about individual, right? Here. No, we're not done in Libra. We're not done with Libra yet. Oh, just give me a second. All right, just hold on a second here. So, first thing that can be identified from these cards, that's a person who loves you very much. It doesn't have to be an intimate love, though. It's just a person who loves you very much. It looks more like a motherhood or a fatherhood figurine here that we do have. It is because as much as they love you, they think that they know better what is best for you than you do. Okay, and it's they're trying to portray you know, their bruisiness over you through, or mask it, if you will, like a concern. So no different than they tell you what they think you should do, you don't agree with them, and they freak out about it. Okay, how could you not see, you know, that what I say is better for you, or something like this? But this time around with this individual, throughout these 4 weeks, it seems that through the cooperation with that person, a guy or a girl, man or a woman, you're going to foresee some kind of a change that is coming on the horizon for you, Cancer. Some kind of a change that you are going to get prepared for. That is because with this individual, you are to discover potentials of yours that are heretofore unexplored. Meaning that you could be far better at your job, far better at your love, far better at your social circle. It is just you haven't, how can I say, unfolded yourself to your maximum, and this person is going to help you do so throughout these, say, 4 weeks. And by the end of the cycle, Hello, Robin. Happy February, you too, or to you too. So by the end of the cycle for you, Cancer, it seems that at that point you will have a pretty strong narrative as well. What do you want from your job? What do you want from your relationship as well? What do you want for yourself? But not just only that. You are also going to have the plan, and this plan is going to be quite accurate. I mean, this plan, bulletproof one, keeping the kiss principle, which is a keep it simple and stupid, very effective. And how do you say it to when something is slowly progressing but very efficiently progressing as well, right? Doing, how can I say, doing its work in a way that it's not jeopardized at all. That is how you're going to move forward. It is like every single detail of your work, of your relationship is going to be attended to by you, and that will make your experiences moving forward a rock solid. Now, only problem, like I said, it is the bruisiness of this individual, it is the bruisiness of this person, and unfortunately there is no walk around that. And at some point they were just gonna feel like they are stepping on your neck and pretty much pushing you to do whatever they please. And the problem with that is going to be because they do not feel the necessity to explain yourself to you. So you're going to find yourself in a situation where you have to do something without not knowing why. That's the whole issue with this cycle itself. Hello, Lawrence. Hopefully you do enjoy the live stream. Yeah, I mean, Gemini had been done, but you can also listen to your rising and as well moon sign, because they are also important. Don't forget, guys, that you can rewatch the live stream as well here into YouTube. And now we are going into break. For everybody who is new to my live stream, so you're not following me on Facebook and only on YouTube, now into the break there will be a free reading giveaway. So if you do want a free reading with me, all that you gotta do is input your question here into the comments. I'm going to read, and whichever question I'm drawn to, I'm gonna pick, and I'm going to perform a free reading on this question. Hello, Catherine. I have been quite well. Thank you so much. Quite busy, but that means I'm feeling happy. Okay, I'm feeling. Truth be told, guys, I am genuinely happy, and you know, a very big reason of it. It's you. I mean, truly, it's you. Right, so yeah, I mean, you can start inputting your questions now, guys. And I'm gonna wait exactly 3 minutes. I'm starting my stopwatch, 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna pick a question. And don't spam, please. Just don't spam. Don't spam it. Thank you, Catherine. I already made Gemini reading, Lawrence. You can watch it or rewatch the replay of the live stream. That's a good one, Andrew. Always suspicious, eh? Okay, almost there. 1 more minute to input your question. Hello, Greta. Hold on a second. All right. So time to pick a question. And that will be, the question is going to be of that one of a, don't listen to them. And the question is, what's the outcome of this connection, whatever that connection is? So let's have a look. All right, so the first one is going to be Death card. Moving next, that is to be the Magician, followed by the Two of Swords. And the last one we do have, that is the Knight of Swords, and it doesn't look good at all. In terms of if you do hold a big hopes for this one, and that is because, I don't know your name, but according to these cards, at least up until, just hold on a second, at least up until the end of the summer this year, or by the end of July this year, you aren't going to be accepted for what you are. It's always going to be like the other side of this connection will always want you to be what they want you to be, and it will not suit you at all. And bottom line here about these cards, what we do have it is that you do hold on to this one up until at least the end of July, because at that point the other side of this connection will have to make a decision what they're gonna what they will have to go with moving forward. Are they gonna go forward with their logic, which is the way they see you, and they will want to change that, or they're gonna go by with their feelings and accept you for what you are? But right now, the way you are acting, it is like you are presenting yourself to this part as a granted, and that is something you should not do at all. So if you go by moving forward the way you are moving forward right now, outcome, it doesn't look that is going to be good. It is just, you know, you're going to end in a connection or in a relationship, partnership, you name it, that is going to be more one-sided than not. And the overpowering side, it's not going to be your side. Just saying. So you gotta boost your sovereignty. This is what I am trying to say. You gotta stick up more to your beliefs. You gotta stick up more to your ways here. So that is the answer. All right, so So, all right, that being said, moving to the next 4 star signs, and after that, there will be another reading giveaway. And now, when I say don't spam, I really mean it. Everybody who spams their questions is going to be disregarded completely. I mean, even if they kind of like are something that I'm dragged to, just because they are spamming, I'm going to disregard the question straight away. All right, so moving next, we do have a Leo. What do you mean someone, Danny? I mean, you mean somebody specific, or it's just anybody? I'm at Leo or Leo. So Leo, first one, we do have the 6 of Swords. Moving next, that is to be Temperance, followed by the Death card. And the last one we do have for you guys, that is to be the 5 of Swords. Woohoo! My God. Right, so right at the start of this transit here, Leo, you are going to kind of like undertake quite of a serious actions, quite of a strong overtaking, or undertaking, I'm sorry. So undertaking from your behalf, either in terms of career or either in terms of a relationship. The thing is that you ain't gonna give a dime anymore about how afraid you are of the consequences, how afraid you are of the circumstances as well. That is because you're going to realize a very, very important thing. You have a wishful thought, right? You have a wishful thought to be happy, to be lucrative, to be successful, to be married, whatever. But having just only a wishful thought, it's not enough to get you there, not by a large margin. And at the start of this transit, you're going to realize that in the direction of that wishful thought, any action is better than no action at all. And that is going to make you traverse, if you will, a certain threshold that you have been afraid beforehand to traverse. Now, traversing this threshold is going to wager the odds in your favor significantly. I mean, it's going to be unbelievable, you know, how fast you're going to start improving your circumstances in whatever field you do have a wishful thought about. And by the end of the cycle, here with the 5 of Swords, that is a point where you will kind of like turn your glance backwards and see that at certain steps you went a little bit ahead of your way, or ahead of yourself was what I was trying to say here. And at that point, throughout this retrospective, a couple of things are going to happen. First, it is, and the most poignant one is going to be that you are to see that you have trusted certain people, trusted certain individuals that you should have not trusted out. And I'm not saying that, you know, there will be some kind of a tantrum or turmoil because of it, but still, you are, from now on, you're going to be more careful where you are placing your trust at. And the second thing that is going to happen there, it is that you are going to be completely in tune with your personal capabilities. Whenever you face a situation, you will know how far you can stretch into, and you will know which button to press. You will know how much you can get away with. And moving forward into the future, instead of experiencing bits of victories, all of your victories are to be sweet. And definitely there will be no defeats. Okay, just there will be no defeats in regards to this wishful thought that you do have that is because you're going to be very careful which battles you're choosing, and you're going to choose only the battles, to jump into battles that you are certain you can win. Right, so that was Leo. Now moving next, we do have a Virgo. You're welcome, Jill. Right, so Virgo, first one, we do have the Hierophant. Moving next, that is to be the Prince of Swords, aka the Knight of Swords. Moving next, that is to be the Princess of Eight Pentacles, or that is the Page of Pentacles. And the last one we have the Four of Pentacles. Oof. All right. So that could play out in so many ways, and I will try to kind of like cumulatively bind them together. But what it truly boils down to with this reading for you, Virgo, it is that these 4 weeks are going to be rather imperative for you to answer one single question. Why are you doing it? That's all that boils down to. I mean, why are you doing it? Because according to especially the second card, your logic is disaligned with your emotions. And that could play out in any single situation that you can be involved with. You know, you, for example, may avoid certain arguments, and your logic is telling you gotta jump into them, or is telling you that you gotta pull yourself away from it, but your emotions to tell you the other thing around. And this misalignment in between a logic and emotions, it's something that it is, I can't say depriving you of moving forward, but it is making your experience less pleasant than it should be. So throughout these 4 weeks, this is going to be your single and only goal here, to answer yourself again, why are you doing it? And you can expect that you are going to meet with anybody that you are finding very valuable for you. Best friends, family as well, siblings. So to talk with them and to share your concern about, you know, this vague, so to speak, situation. It could not be vague for you, but you may not see how it's going to turn out moving forward. And together throughout this benevolent support you're going to get from your faithful companions, this is how I'm going to say it, you are to see that it's what looked very complicated is actually very, very simple. And from there, it seems that you are going to set yourself a goal, you're going to set yourself an agenda, or how can I say, a thing to devote into. And once you do devote into that thing, you pretty much find yourself ensuring your certain future, and also consolidating and stabilizing your possessions as well. So by the end of this cycle, Virgo, it seems that you are going to have your life much more stable than your life before entering into the cycle itself. But like I said, in order to do that, first thing you got to do is to answer yourself the question, why are you doing it? And the answer needs to be completely in tune with your logic and with your emotions as well. Right, so moving next, we have Libra. Libra, first one we do have for you is going to be the Eight of Cups. Moving next, we do have the Page of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Wands. And the last one we do have for you guys, that is going to be the Star card. So it's quite of a pronounced reading here that we do have for you, Libra. And I'm gonna burst some bubbles here, and I do apologize for that. Just let me first inhale once before I go into it. But it seems that at the start of this transit, in the first week or in the first couple of weeks, couple of things are going to happen. You're either going to end up very, very disappointed, or you're going to see the futility into what you are doing, which will make you abandon your primary goal. And this is where the bad news ends, because at that point you are going to see how unsubstantial that so-called primary goal were. And instead of this, you are going to be a victim, and yes, a victim of a very unexpected good fortune. It is just at the moment you thought that, you're safe, the reason for you living is over, this is where it hits you that unexpected a good fortune. And at that point, you need to be open for literally anything new that comes your way. I mean, anything new that comes your way. So this state is gonna make you, first of all, much stronger than before. So you are yet to identify how big your personal strength is. There will be a chain of good news coming about, okay? And afterwards is going to be something like, wait a minute, I mean, why I am chaining my happiness to the happiness of somebody else or something else, while I can work toward my own happiness? And this is exactly what happens here with the Star card at the end of this cycle for you, Libra. With the Star card, all the era of the turmoil, these unhealthy relationships, these very stressful projects as well, and you name it, it's going to be over. And at that point, you're going to feel the freshness of the air, the freshness of the environment as well. And at that point, it is entirely up to you what goal you're going to set in front of yourself. And the Star card, it is advising you the goal that you should bestow upon yourself should match your expectations, and as well, it should be completely correlated with your ideals. Even it goes beyond standards, it goes to the ideals. But the Star card, if we go to the more practical level, to the more material level, it could speak about the extremely long-term and profitable job. It could speak about an unfolding love that is going to unfold itself with time for a very, very long time as well. So if you happen to break up, for example, in the next couple of weeks, let's say, or if you happen to be very disappointed, don't think that this is going to be for the rest of this year or for the rest of your life, for example, because the good fortune is just behind the corner and it is just waiting for you to end up disappointed so you can put a true value to it, okay, instead of being masked by something else. So yeah, that was about Libra, and you should take it like a how can I say, a not gift but a reward after a heavy ordeal of yours. And moving next, we do have Scorpio. Well then, Kim, that's about to end for what it seems. That's about to end. All right. right. So first one for Scorpio, we do have the Seven of Swords. Moving next, that is going to be the Princess of Swords, or that is the Page of Swords. Followed by the Ace of Swords. I already don't like this one. And the last one is going to be the Empress. At least, you know, we do salvage it at the end. My Lord. Oh. So, the cycle or the transit. Oh, it's gonna be rough because we do have a lot of things to clear out. Things that, you know, we may not like or want to talk about, but we are gonna have to. This is where we need to decide what we want to experience. Do we want to experience some kind of a sacrifice, or do we, and I'm saying we because I'm a Scorpio as well, do we want to experience a loss? And I will tell you where the difference is. Sacrifice is when you make a choice, when we make a choice. Loss is when that choice had been made for you. And I'm saying that we are salvaging the situation here. It is because the Empress at the end, it points that at the end of this transit, we are truly going to withdraw from these crazy myths of activities that we are going to have, that I'm going to talk about just in a minute. We're going to withdraw from them so we can analyze the situation in peace, so we can analyze all the argument in peace, and we approach it with a clear-headed mind, if you will, and make the most well-found, balanced decision. Literally, any other card would have speak about disaster here, but we salvaged it. Oh my God, I can't believe it, to be honest. So what the cycle is all about? The cycle is all about stepping for our personal rights and showing strong backbone that regardless of the circumstances and the situations, we do not waver. Because at the end of the day, it has to be something for us in it as well, all right? And that will be faced with a fierce opposition, either into our work or either into our relationship as well. And no matter how much we speak the truth, no matter how much we, how much we do display our arguments, they are going to be faced with a lack of understanding. That is because the other side of the party, say our boss, say our business partner, you know, say our person of interest, etc., etc., simply will see the things as from their points of view as a mandatory. And it will be extremely difficult here getting on the same page with anybody. And luckily for us, though, the Ace of Swords sits into the third position of the spread, and that points that regardless, we are not going to fall spiritually wise. What I mean is that we are going to have the perseverance to go through it without burning any bridges, but also we are not going to save the truth and the harsh truth. Because what I like to say, guys, it is that truth is only one truth, all right? And there is only one way to say it. If you are trying to say the truth in many different ways, then you're not saying the truth. But we're not going to have a problem with that. We're going to say the things exactly as they are. They're not going to be faced with much of a glee here. Just on the contrary. And at the end, with all the arguments we do have about, and the clues we do have about our job, about our relationship, we'll have to make a choice for our future, because the choice is going to have a long-term consequences. So if we choose to be single, we have to prepare for really long time being single. That is just for example. If we choose to jump into this job or jump into this relationship, we have to prepare that we're going to be there for a very long time. So that being said, we can't just waver and make the choice for the heck of it. No, I mean, we have to really put a huge thought behind it. And that is pretty much, like a warrior mode. Exactly, Golden. So that is pretty much about Scorpio. And look into the details. We should look into the details. And no matter how cornered we may think we are, we have to stand to our rights. You know, we have to step for ourselves because nobody else will. That's the harsh truth. Nobody else will. So yeah, that was about Scorpio. Now the second break is taking place, and you can input your question once again into the comments down below. Please do not spam. Now I know that this is my first live stream, and I'm not going to do that now because you are getting to know me, guys, for those who are not seeing me live. But if you do spam, I will just go and disable your comments. From the next stream moving forward, not in this one, but from the next stream moving forward, I'm just going to disable comments of the person who is spamming. So you put your question only once. I'm running through all of them. I'm seeing all of them. There is no point spamming it. And now if you do spam, I'm just going to disregard the question straight away. So yeah, you can start inputting your questions. Does the reading resonate with me? I don't know. Yet to see, you know. I don't know who I am going to go in a conflict with, in a war mode with, you know. Let's put the time watch and see how many people is going to comment. I am Scorpio, yes, but currently I can't think of somebody I'm going to jump into a conflict with, but it's a long transit. It's a 4 weeks transit, so it may came up into 2 weeks from now. It may came up in a couple of days from now, you know, because there are a lot of things going on in my life currently, and it could literally come up everywhere or from everywhere. It could be with a whole organization. So it doesn't have to be with just one individual. I said a side, not an individual. Hello, Shmari. Yes, I was doing these live streams into another platform, but now I'm trying to kind of like fit into YouTube. So let's hope that it will be how can I say, satisfiable for me. You're welcome, Catherine. Or Catherine. Oh my God, it's so difficult to pronounce R. Hello, Fabiola. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Don't listen. The thing is that those that are watching it from a mobile, I don't know if you can comment, because I know that from mobile comments are disabled. People cannot comment. Usually into the other platform that I was doing lives, by now I would have had like a 20 questions, 50 questions, something like this. And now it is so much less stressful to keep on the questions here. So yeah, I mean, if you do want to ask your question, I guess only PC, it's making it available. Oh, you can? Oh, okay. I had no idea. Oh, wait a second. Oh my, no, I mean, I can't see comments from my mobile. I don't know why. All right, so my mistake. I do apologize about that. All right, time to pick the question. All right, it's going to be 2 questions because they are going to be very short. Okay. First one is going to be submitted by Anna. Oh my God, I'm going to butcher this one so bad. Anna Vieira. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it so bad. But pretty much the question is, will I get a new job? So let's have a look. It's a very short one. It will not take more than a minute or a few seconds to answer. So first one, King of Pentacles. Moving next, that is to be the Six of Wands, followed by the Page of Swords, and the last one is going to be the King of Cups. Yes, couple. One is going to be a short-term one, and the other one that comes about the mid of August this year is going to be a long-term one, yes. But the first one you're going to get, which should be fairly short, you're going to be quite displeased of. And the next question that I'm going to choose is going to be, or I'm going to pick up, is going to be submitted by, I'm sorry, by Katrina. And the question is, can you see any romantic relationship coming into my life? Again, a very simple and quick question to answer. So first one is going to be Three of Swords. Then we do have the Queen of Wands, followed by the King of Pentacles, and last one we do have it is the King of Wands. So Katrina, by the end of October, you're definitely going to have some kind of an interaction at that point with an individual, but things are not going to be easy at all, because this individual is going to remind you a lot of some of your ex or any kind of relationship that end up quite badly for you, that is. And with that being said, it seems that it will be like two sharp stones. It's just they don't fit very well together. That doesn't mean, you know, that things cannot work out in between you two. That is because you can offer a lot to him, he can offer a lot to you. The question at that point is going to be, do you want what this person can offer you? And does he want, he definitely would want what you can offer him. So it boils down what your decision is going to be. Just if you do decide to give the man a chance, be prepared to face a lot of dynamic, because this one, it's very unyielding. What I mean is that when they focus on something, it has to be that way, okay? It has to be by their ambition. But other than that, very cheerful person. He definitely knows how to have fun. He definitely knows, you know, how to drink from life into its full extent. To Egypt NZ27, no, I'm sorry, that question cannot be answered by tarot cards. I'm really sorry about that. I think that only psychic, but if you have to find a real and really good psychic to answer you that. But tarot cannot give you that answer, I'm sorry. There are limits to what the cards can answer, and that is not something that they can do. Right, so that was the 2 answers of the questions. And don't forget, guys, there will be one more giveaway at the end of the stream. So if you do want a free reading, that is the way you do it. I mean, you stick to the breaks, which is going to be at the end of the stream, the last break, and ask a question when I do announce it. If Pisces Moonbeam knows another way, as she is here into the live stream, to where how you can find your dad, but pretty much only thing that comes to my mind how you can find your dad, it is through psychic abilities or mediumship, or I don't know, but I definitely don't have those abilities, although everybody says that I do, but I don't consider myself being psychic. The question is about finding a person. You know, it's about finding a person. Hello, Tiffany. You can ask that question when I do announce a break, because right now we are moving into the star sign predictions. So last 4 star signs, we are moving into Sagittarius. Yeah, that's a pretty good way, Pisces Moonbeam. Truly. I mean, that's the real way. The only valid way. So, Sagittarius. First one is going to be the 6 of Pentacles. Annette, yes, she does. Yes, she does offer readings as well. You can go to my website. You're going to find it here into the description of this live stream. And there you can purchase a reading with Pisces Moonbeam. You can purchase a reading with me, or you can as well attend to tarot classes, which are given by me as well. Second one, we do have the Star card, followed by the King of Pentacles. That is the King of Pentacles. And the last one we have, that will be the 10 of Swords. So those 4 cards. Oh my. No, I haven't done Aquarius, Lisa. So for Sagittarius, it will be a bit underwhelming cycle, and I do apologize for saying that. But it looks like that is going to be, because you have quite a lot at your table right now, and until this quite a lot it's sorted out and it is completed, anything else that you can initiate as a new endeavor, you know, or as a new enterprise, I can't say it won't work out, but it's not gonna work out as satisfying as it can. So these 4 weeks for you Aquarius, oh my god, Sagittarius, these 4 weeks should be inworthy 4 weeks. What I mean is that you need to look into what you have as a possessions. And what I mean your job, I mean your relationship as well, and sort everything you can in it before you jump into something new to add at your platter. And at the end of this cycle, you are going to find a lot of unnecessary stuff that are just wasting your time, and pretty much is identifying, you know, why your life is not as beautiful as it can be. Okay, and that will force you into, or rather like it's gonna make you, not force you, but make you, because you're gonna do it by your own personal will here, is going to make you several relationships that pretty much doesn't work anymore for you, you know, or abandoned projects that also does not make any sense anymore as well, making those tough calls, those irreversible decisions of yours and actions as well, so you can clear out space in order to, I don't know, in order to grow. Because right now you are quite cramped. I mean, your environment looks very, very cramped here with these cards. And the last thing that I'm going to say about Sagittarius is that where you are way too dependent. Okay, you have to do something about that as well, because that dependency you do have over the help of somebody, you know, or over how can I say, not the infiltration, but the oh my god, I always forget that word. Cooperation, I would say that way. So the cooperation of somebody, it's only postponing the fact that you have to face your stuff on your own, because nobody can deal with your personal issues. And as soon as you do identify that, then things are gonna become much more easier for you. All right, so moving next, we do have Capricorn. Thank you, Pisces Moonbeam. All right, so Capricorn, first one, that is to be the Six of Swords. Moving next, we do have the Lover's card, followed by the Tower card. And at the end, we do have the Six of Wands. It will all worth it, all right? I do promise you that. All is gonna worth it. Because it will be one hell of a ride here in these 4 weeks for you. I mean, you're gonna scrape down your nerves, probably pulling out your hair, and it's like biting your nails as well, chipping up your nails. Because yeah, it will be a week where it will, not a week, but a cycle, I'm sorry, where you will kind of feel like you don't have much of a choice. It's like you don't have much of a room as well. And also it will be a feel where, you know, things are getting out of hand, things are getting out of control. Now, how do I put it into words? You're going to be forced to do or say stuff that are going to completely change you and are going to change as well most of the stuff, or for some of you it's going to be that drastic, but everything you have built up until this point. And that is going to pretty much shock you. You're going to feel very uncomfortable. Some of you may feel decimated, pretty much. It's like ruined. And it's like a death of a phoenix. You know, phoenix dies and from the ashes once again. So that is pretty much what happens with you. Now, talking from experience here, okay, talking from experience, these cards could speak, for example, for unplanned pregnancy. You know, you end up pregnant, you don't want to take away the child, or your girlfriend, oh my god, no boyfriend, but your girlfriend ends up pregnant, and she doesn't want to kind of like, you know, having a, how can I say, terminate the child. And you just have to deal with it. I mean, there is no way around it. And your life is never going to be like it was before. This is what I mean, you know, everything you have built crumbles down. It could be that you thought you are very solid at your job and you have invested a lot into it, and suddenly you get fired. And, you know, that is going to be devastating. But again, that doesn't mean that you can't find a better job, because that's what happens at the end of the cycle. It means something better for you. Peak of experiences coming in that gives you the rewards you deserve, that gives you the recognition you deserve, and above everything else, this sincere helping hand that you may need. And all comes because you are going to do something here at the start of this cycle that is going to have that avalanche effect. It will seem something small that you, for example, may say or you may do, and like the butterfly effect is going to push that ball, becoming bigger and bigger until it kind of brings down your tower, which stands as everything you have built by that point. Right, so that was about Capricorn. I really hope that is going to be kind of gentle, or for the most of you, for all of you, this process is going to be very gentle, but we all go through that, okay? That's a process of transformation. And if you kind of, how can I say, if you do stick with your own way, with your old ways, you can't transform. And here the universe forces you to think in new ways or to do stuff in new ways. So yeah, next one, that is to be Aquarius. Right, so first one for Aquarius, that is going to be the Fool card. Moving next, we do have... Oof. Do you know how rare this is? I mean, this is a ridiculously rare. Followed by the Magician. And the last one is going to be the Eight of Wands. Right, so those four. Wow. Give me a minute. Guys, whatever you thought is over, you gotta think again, because it isn't. And according to these cards, we're not talking even about restart. We're talking like it starts again, but under a brand new conditions, circumstances. And I would try to give you an example, and I do apologize that it is such a trivial example, but say you broke up with the woman of your life, or you broke up with the man of your life. It doesn't matter, woman or man. And now you thought it's over, right? But it turns out that it isn't over at all. And you reinitiate that relationship you have, but it has nothing to do with the previous one. Whatever problems you do have back then, they're no longer relevant at all. It is like you are just introducing to each other, redefining one another, reinvesting, if you will. It's like it will feel like a brand new experience, but it isn't. And that is because it's just the power is given to you, Aquarius, this time around, to make the things according to your image, according to your understanding as well, according to your domain. And it's just, I don't know how to explain, but that's pretty much the cycle for you. And at the end, of course, the most powerful stuff, aside from the previous star signs we do have at that point, especially Scorpio, right? Because we dodged the bullet, all right? We definitely dodged the bullet this time around. But for Aquarius, the process is important here, rather than the culmination at the end. Because with the Eight of Wands at the end, it just points that you can go to so many directions, you know, if we are following the example with that relationship, whichever direction you want, it will work for you. So you do have such a big freedom, but this is a freedom because you predisposed your situation for it. If I have to give an example in terms of a job, if you thought that with your career is over, you gotta guess again, because it isn't. And yeah, I mean, you are going to be reborn. It's not revital. It's not even the revitalization. It's such a rare combo. It's such a rare appearance that we do have here, and just the fact that the world is sitting in between these two, they're completely negating it. Okay, they're completely negating the world, and the world sits into the second position. Those who took my classes, they know what the second position means. Okay, and how the world reads there, and I know that that's a very bad thing, and it's just it's negated. Not a very bad thing, but in most of the cases it's at least unpleasant, and it's completely negated. It's completely negated. So yeah, it's like, it's amazing. It's literally a second chance, but a genuine second chance that you are going to have here. And last but not least, of course, we do have Pisces. Just don't forget, guys, after Pisces, the last giveaway is going to be conducted. The last free reading is going to take place. And some of you may win it. Well, Amber, this cycle, it seems that it's going to be your lucky cycle, this transit, I mean. So Pisces, first one, we do have the Death card. So we do have a big one for you too, just with the Death card out there. Followed by the Ace of Pentacles. Moving next, that is to be the Knight of Swords, or aka the King of Swords, into the traditional deck. And the last one is going to be the Five of Swords. So it's going to be a big one. And that is because you are going to be some kind of a forewarned, if you will, that over a thing that you thought that it is very strong and solid, you will pretty much see the flaws and will realize how extremely fragile it is. Okay, you may think that your career is rock solid, but then you're going to get the signs and see how fragile actually is, or your job or your relationship. Now here, you should not panic at all, because as much as you will see how fragile it is, you're also going to have the luxury to know what you gotta do, either to stabilize it or either to substitute it. What I mean is that if your relationship is very fragile, beyond repairing, you will have the chance to substitute that relationship with another relationship, if that suits you, of course. Or if you do want to save it, then you will have the recipe of how to save it as well. All that boils down, it is that you should not panic, you should not freak out, but rather you need to be stone cold when it comes to logic and when it comes to effective measures as well. And by the end of the cycle, it seems that you're going to have it your way, in a sense of that whatever you aim for, you are going to have it within your possession. Now, the thing with this alignment of the cards, however, it is that you need to be very in tune, or rather like very aware of what you exactly want. Because like I said, at the end, you are going to have it. And you don't want your victory to end up being the bitterest victory ever achieved. Okay? So take your time before you decide, oh, okay, so that relationship is falling apart. Do I want to save it or not? Take your time to think about it. Take your time what it's going to take, because the bitter victory, I don't mean that, you know, the relationship is going to be bad after that, but you may, how can I say, finding yourself giving way more than you're going to get at the end. Okay. Same thing comes in terms of job as well. So once again, your life it seems that throughout these 4 weeks is going to take a new shape, and that shape is going to be because you made the right calls, because you do make the right decisions. But these decisions are going to be either to substitute or to rebuild rather than to cultivate and sustain. So that is about Pisces. And now the last giveaway is going to be conducted. So you can input your questions or type your questions into the comments. Please do not spam the chat, and I'm going to pick one question that I'm drawn to, and I'm going to perform a professional reading on it. Yeah, Amber, we have entered into the age of Aquarius, and it seems that Aquarius kind of rules. So guys, give me feedback. Do you like having the streams here in YouTube? Or do you prefer the old method? Just give me feedback. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you so much, guys, for the feedback. Thank you, Amber. Yeah, Anna, that's the reason why I'm doing it on YouTube. That's the reason why I'm doing it on YouTube. These days, in order to, how can I say, in Facebook, in order to share something, you pretty much can't. You have to pay for that. This is some kind of a policy of a Facebook that's, you know, they ask the content creators to pay so their content gets out, while YouTube works in a very different not scheme, but business model, right? It's literally Facebook asks you to pay so to use the platform, while YouTube does the opposite, which is the only thing that makes sense, because YouTube and Facebook, they exist because of content creators. Otherwise, they don't make any money. But I don't know why. Yeah, that's the reason why I transferred into YouTube, and many others are gonna do that as well. So it's Facebook loss, it's not ours. So okay, the question that I have picked up, it's submitted by Tiffany Gurney, and it will be, will I meet or be in a relationship? So let's have a look, Tiffany, how your love life is looking. So first one, we do have the Hierophant. Moving next, that is to be Judgment. Afterwards, we do have the Six of Cups. And the last one is going to be the Knight of Wands. Hold on a second. So by the end of October, that is. This reading is from now up until the end of October. Think as you will, but it's not going to be a relationship out of love. It's going to be a relationship out of reliability. It is just, you know, you and the person. It's kind of like you're going to feel very comfortable and reliable to one another, and you know, you're going to build up trust into one another as well. It will be more like a you are going to be more like friends than lovers. And right at the end of October, someone very passionate shows up on the horizon, and that will be something like a love triangle that you're going to be in, all right? And at that point, you will have to decide what you want to go for. It will be entirely based on your decision. But yeah, I mean, just look around yourself and see whom from your friends or people you know are always ready to help you with whatever. Even if you don't want the help, they are always offering you the help. And that person pretty much kind of like sees you as a very good fit and reliable individual. Now, the thing is that the love is not going to start straight away, you know, but with time, if you do give this relationship a chance, love is going to come on its own accord, all right? And it's going to be the true meaning of love as well. So yeah, it's that's what your love life is looking, at least in the next half a year. And we are approaching the end of the live stream. Again, guys, if you do want if you do find having a personal reading with me useful, you can go to my website, which is listed here into the comments of this live stream, and there you can view all of my services. You can also view the tarot classes that you can take. You can view Pisces Moonbeam as well, services, and you can purchase either of those services. Now, in case you do purchase any service, within 24 hours, you are going to be contacted via email. Now, especially if your email is into Hotmail or a Yahoo, these domains like to throw the emails from my business email address into junk or a spam folder. So do make sure that you do check your junk or a spam folder as well for my emails. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for your support as well for my very first live stream into YouTube. And I will definitely keep these rolling. And yeah, stay tuned for a more content of these as well. Right. So that being said, again, thank you so much for watching, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.